kill me.
Do you remember Love Hurts? It's that movie that came out back in early 2025 and it just flopped at the box office. And honestly, I myself was part of the problem. I saw the reviews and I said, well, I'll wait on that one. And my bad, guys. If you've already forgotten about Love Hurts and what it was, well, I'll remind you. It was one of those holiday-themed action movies that the studio 8711 has been making. You know, like the David Harbour movie Violent Night. The one where Hopper plays a badass Santa Claus. Except this one wasn't about Christmas, it took place on Valentine's Day. But instead of David Harbour, we got the Academy Award winner for Best Supporting Actor in like 2023 for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ke Huy Quan. And instead of Santa, he's playing Cupid. Okay, not really, but that would be pretty freaking cool, honestly. They can make like a badass, violent, romantic version of War of Arrows. Be pretty fun. Let's make that. But no, Love Hurts is instead about this ex-mafia enforcer who is able to get out of the system like John Wick. His name is Marvin, and he is now living a nice, normal life as a real estate agent, the hottest real estate agent in town. He is hitting new strides, making his life better every single day, when his ex-life, his old life, comes back to haunt him. You see, it's Valentine's Day, and he starts getting Valentine's Day cards from an ex-lover, just as his mob boss brother wants him dead. Some muscle from his old gang starts to come through trying to take him down, and Marvin must fight between the old Marvin and the new Marvin, find that balance so that he can take down the remnants of his old life without losing any semblance of humanity he's found since. And look, the reviews were correct. The movie is not very good. The writing is bad, the characters are bad, the dialogue is awful, and there's some really awkward CG that just comes out of nowhere and is also quite bad. But hey, there are some fun fights. Ke Huy Quan is immensely talented when it comes to fight choreography, and of course just as an actor in general, he is a brilliant actor. But he excels in fight choreography more than most actors. And the studio behind the movie 8711 is the premier action studio in the West. Despite that, bad movie. It's just one of those kinda there, just a movie movies. They happen. Oh, also, Samwise Gamgee is here. The movie doesn't really do anything to like make you care about him at all, so like, eventually he's gonna, But it's just, it happens and you're just like, oh no, he died! However, there is one aspect of this movie that continues to bring me joy months and months after watching this movie, and that is the little hints at some old school kung fu classics. Okay, one kung fu classic in particular. One. Specifically with this character. This is the Raven, a hitman, an assassin sent to kill Marvin. We meet the Raven in his and the movie's first fight scene against Marvin, and eventually the Raven busts out his signature weapon, a weapon that as soon as I spotted it, I sat up forward. I was leaned back in my chair, I sat forward, and I was like, oh, I recognize that weapon. The Raven takes out his bladed gauntlet by sliding these wrist cufflinks that he has on into a blade hidden in the sole of his shoe, revealing this beautiful bladed weapon we see here. And it's when he starts to attach the two pieces, when he's sliding the handle into place on his wrist gauntlet, that I perked up, I peeked up, I sat up, I lunged forward, and I said to myself, out loud, talking to no one, Avenging Eagle. I said it with my whole chest. That's right, the Raven's signature weapon is straight out of the 1978 Shaw Brothers film starring T. Lung and Alexander Fu Sheng, Avenging Eagle. Specifically, it is Alexander Fu Sheng's signature weapon in that movie. In fact, he even equips it the exact same way. But this got me curious. Honestly, despite only being about 10 to 15 minutes into the movie, mentally, I had already checked out. The movie, it's kind of bland. But when I saw this, the movie had my attention as a kung fu nerd. I started paying attention and looking for those small little bits, paying kind of a bit more attention to that than I was to the actual plot of the movie. I start looking everywhere I can look, like that there's one kung fu reference in this. There's got to be more. You're not just going to do that on accident. No one thinks of that exact weapon on accident. This was done on purpose, and I knew if I looked hard enough, I would find more kung fu goodness. And for the most part, my endeavor was completely pointless. Not much to see here except for Marshawn Lynch being just fucking delightful. But as the movie was rounding down, I'm still eagle-eyed, looking around, avenging eagle-eyed. And as we enter the final fight scene, the final denouement of this film. Do I have that right? It's been a long time since I've said denouement. But we enter the final fight scene of this movie, which takes place in the bad guy's lair that is a video store. And I knew there would be something here, so I'm looking everywhere, and I start noticing posters on the wall. And for the most part, they're all just kind of nothing, just art that looked pretty cool until I noticed one poster that made me feel validated. Not just for noticing Alexander Fushang's weapon in the hands of the Raven, but for just looking around this entire movie. What did I see in the background of this fight scene? I see a movie poster for The Avenging Eagle. And that's it. That's all of it. A signature weapon from a kung fu classic. And to verify my own weird nerdiness, the movie poster that weapon comes from. Finally, I can put down this mostly forgettable movie that again came out almost an entire year ago from the time of me putting up this video. I can just lay it down to rest and forget about it. But then why, oh why, was my brain just like, there's something else here, there's something more, you gotta talk about this, you gotta talk about this mostly forgettable movie. Why? And then I figured it out. It's because Love Hurts is a remake. I'm sitting here trying to live my life thinking, what's bothering me? I'm going to work and I'm thinking about Love Hurts. I'm coming home, I'm playing video games, I'm playing Jak and Daxter and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Has Been Heroes. It's a great game, you should go play it. And it just finally hit me that yeah, it's a remake. I mean, it's a soft remake. It's not like exact. If it's been a while since you've seen The Avenging Eagle, or let's be honest, for many people in the world, if you've never seen The Avenging Eagle, and you just clicked on this video because you're like, I liked Love Hurts, I want to watch a video about that movie. Well, let me give you the cliff notes. I wrote them down. So Kung Fu legend T. Lung plays Chick Ming Sing, once an orphan sold into a gang of killers and thieves called the Iron Boat Clan. He matures into the best and most fearsome killer they have. But after being injured in battle, he is taken in by a kind family as they nurse his wounds and bring him to health. And it is the kindness that these people are giving him that makes him start to reconsider his life. Growing up, all he has ever known was violence. But the kindness of these strangers has given him a new perspective, and he decides that he's going to start over in life. He's going to leave the Iron Boat Clan. So he gets back to health and he heads out and he joins back up with the clan so that he can get out of there. But they go on one last mission, and in that mission it turns out that they end up raiding that family that nursed him back to health, and they kill everyone. And it is this devastating act that leads to T. Lung betraying and leaving the Iron Boat Clan. And as the Iron Boat Clan send their men to bring back and kill T. Lung's character, he comes across a wandering stranger named Chuck Yi Fan. I said Chuck. Cheuk. It sounds like Chuck if you say it fast enough, but it's not Chuck, I promise you. Chuck Yi Fan, played by the late Alexander Fu Shang. And while Fu Shang reveals that he is hunting the Iron Boat Clan for killing his family, he has no idea, or I should say that T. Lung has no idea, that this is the last surviving member of that family that nursed him back to health. But Tilong tells Fu Shang that he is, in fact, a member of the Iron Boat clan, and tells him that he feels regret and shame for that life, and that he vows to bring down the Iron Boat clan. And when he is done, he will find the last surviving member of that family. Again, he has no idea it's Fu Shang, and he plans to die by that man's sword. And without revealing his identity, Fu Shang forgives Tilong for his past, and the two set out to destroy the Iron Boat clan. So in both Avenging Eagle and Love Hurts, you have this top-of-the-line killer, this top-of-the-line fighter, vowing to leave that past behind and change his ways. Instead of Tilong's Chick Ming Sing, we get Ke Huy Quan's Marvin. In the position of Ku Feng's villainous Yoshi Hong, we have Daniel Wu's Alvin. And where the Iron Boat clan has a flurry of henchmen played by kung fu greats that includes Wang Long Wei and Dick Wei, Love Hurts has Marshawn Lynch and then like two other guys that when you see him, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that guy. I've seen him in like 5 things. And we have the Bladed Gauntlet. But who wields them? In Love Hurts, we of course, as I said, have the Raven played by Mustafa Shakir. But in Avenging Eagle, it's Alexander Fu Shang. One a villain, one a hero. But I'm going to go ahead and spoil Love Hurts for you here. In Love Hurts, the Raven ends up joining Ke Huy Quan's side. So in both Love Hurts and The Avenging Eagle, the character wielding the Bladed Gauntlet joins the hero. Amazing. It's almost as if one of this movie's 3 writers is a bit of a kung fu fanboy and knew exactly what he was doing. Perhaps it's the one who was an executive producer on the Shannara Chronicles, Into the Badlands, and Warrior. I'm looking at you, Josh Stoddard. So despite being an underwhelming, weird kung fu rom-com, Love Hurts is up there with The Magnificent Seven and The Departed as remakes of Eastern classics. But like many remakes, Love Hurts keeps story elements and leaves out the themes. I'm looking at you, Dawn of the Dead.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Excuse me while I spoil The Avenging Eagle to get my point across. Avenging Eagle has the theme of forgiveness and treating your enemies with kindness, especially those who understand the flaws of their past, who have sought forgiveness and feel regret. We see this very plainly, most evidently through Tilong and Alexander Fu Shang. Tilong gets a taste of love and concern in his life, something he has not seen since he was pretty much never. I was going to say since he was a kid, but he was adopted quite young, so just never. And when the mistakes of his past hurt the only people who have ever shown him any kind of care, he leaves that life behind and vows to find the surviving family member to die by their hand. So at the end of the movie, when they take down the villain, and it is revealed to Tilong that the person he was looking for, he was fighting alongside the entire time, Tilong tries to fight Fu Shang, and Fu Shang denies him. Fu Shang refuses to fight this man who he now calls his friend.
卓一凡，你报仇吧！亲手杀死你妻子的人还活着。我的仇人全死光了。
But it does not matter because Tilong, filled with regret and sorrow for the people he has hurt, the death that he has caused, throws himself on Fu Shang's metaphorical sword. But because Tilong was so genuine in his regret and seeking of redemption, Fu Shang never saw him as an enemy. And after Tilong takes his own life, Alexander Fu Shang shows Tilong in death the same level of care, the same level of love that his family had shown Tilong when he was alive. He shows that to him in death. And Fu Shang buries Tilong's character, a man who has never known family, was adopted when he was a child into the Iron Boat clan. He buries Tilong right next to his family. Again, showing him the same level of tenderness and care that his own family had shown him in life. And the strength of those themes that we get in The Avenging Eagle are just not there in Love Hurts. And I guess they were really never meant to be. So is Love Hurts a good movie? No. In my opinion, Love Hurts is nowhere near a very good movie. But it is a movie that you could see on a Watch Mojo list for top 10 most disappointing remakes. So tell me what you thought of Love Hurts in the comment section down below. What do you think of this sort of comparison here between a 2025 kung fu comedic rom-com and this, let's say, more dreary but excellent and beautiful 1978 Shaw Brothers Kung Fu classic? Let me know what you think of these two films in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow on all the socials. And of course, have a good day.